Have you read the recent outside report, 234 pages, about the creepy old men at the FDIC?
I have not seen that, Senator.
Have you heard about it?
I have not.
Are you curious about it?
Yes, I am, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
You're flip-flopping
Thank you.
like a banked cat.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Are you not going to answer my question? I mean, are you going to call for him to resign or not?
Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Acting Secretary, welcome. Part of your job, Madam Acting Secretary, is to protect and support employees, is it not?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe that we should protect, do you believe passionately that we should protect and support our employees?
I am passionate about that, sir, yes.
Okay. Do you believe that we should passionately protect and support our employees at the FDIC?
I do believe that all employees should be entitled to fair pay and come home healthy and safe.
Including the FDIC?
Yes.
Okay. Have you read the recent outside report, 234 pages, about the creepy old men at the FDIC?
I have not seen that, Senator.
Have you heard about it?
I have not.
Are you curious about it?
Yes, I am, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the report, the people who conducted the report, Madam Acting Secretary, and I'm surprised you haven't followed it, asked employees at the agency to phone in complaints. There's 6,000 employees, 500, almost 1 out of 10 employees phoned in complaints. Many of them were sexual complaints, sexual discrimination complaints. One young woman said, my supervisor continuously sends me text messages with photographs of his penis. Is that a labor violation?
I mean, it's horrible.
Well, another employee, an Hispanic employee, said my supervisor required me to recite the Pledge of Allegiance because he said I had to prove I'm an American. Is that a labor violation?
I think, Senator, everything that you're saying is not acceptable in the workplace.
Okay.
The technical question about labor violation is, I know they fall under various statutes, but yes.
One young woman said, my supervisor sent me a text message saying, quote, "Get naked, bitch." Is that a violation, labor violation?
I think it's unacceptable workplace behavior, certainly.
It's pretty bad. One young woman said, my supervisor regularly commented on my breasts and my legs and about his sex life. Is that a labor violation?
I think it's unacceptable behavior.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? One young woman sent in a complaint and said, one of my supervisors asked me the following question, quote, "Does your husband eat you?" Close quote. Is that a labor violation?
I mean, it's unacceptable behavior. It's disgusting.
Well, what do you plan on doing about it? Don't you think that that all of the senior management at the FDIC should resign and be prosecuted?
So, Senator, I don't know if a complaint was formally made to the EEOC. That is the federal agency that oversees sexual.
Initiate complaint. You're the
Okay.
labor secretary, and I know from your behavior you believe in protecting employees. Now, this is as egregious as I've ever seen, and I suspect you've ever seen. And I thought we'd already decided that this is no country for creepy old men. I'm asking you what you're planning. Are you going to call for Martin Gruenberg, who runs the place, to resign? He's been there since 2005, and one or two things are going on. If he says he didn't know about it, he's like a rock, only dumber. Or he condoned this behavior. For the Biden administration, does Me Too apply except at the FDIC? Is that what you're saying?
No, Senator. I mean, I have seen some pretty horrible things. I mean, we see human trafficking and people forced to work in unconscionable conditions.
Yes, ma'am, but what are you going to do about the FDIC?
So,
and how are you going to protect those employees?
Well, they definitely deserve protection. This is where the Department of Labor's authority over the Fair Labor Standards Act, the OSH Act, and other things, the sexual harassment claims that you were talking about fall under a different federal agency. And
so you're just going to ignore it?
No, I mean, but I think that it's important for agencies to operate under the authority that they've been given by Congress.
Don't you
one reason I think I didn't know.
You have a moral imperative to ask Mr. Gruenberg to resign, to quit?
I would say this, Senator. I would say, I think you said that a complaint had been made. I'm assuming it was made to the proper federal agency. I trust that our sister
not yet,
agencies.
But they're coming. I'm just asking you what you're planning on doing, if anything. It doesn't sound to me like you're planning on doing anything to help these young female employees.
Well, now that you've brought it to my attention, I'm happy to make sure that the EEOC is aware that there is a case like this.
But you're not going to do anything about it as Labor Secretary.
Well, let me say this, Senator. I know that the people of America need a very strong Department of Labor to protect working people across this country. Our authority to investigate, to cite, to end bad labor practices are bound by the authority that's given by you to me. These investigations occur at another agency.
You're not going to do anything, are you?
Oh, I just said I'm happy to reach out to them to make sure they're aware of it, and if they need any support that I'm able to give.
Your power to help those employees.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
I would like my second round.
Senator Kennedy, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, Madam Acting Secretary, thank you for being here. I'm a little confused by some of your answers, but I think we've made some progress. I think we've established, number one, that many supervisors and some members of the senior leadership at the FDIC are pigs. They are sexual predators. They are bigots. Number two, this issue has been out there for some time, since the Wall Street Journal broke the story, at least 6 months. And so far, the Department of Labor has said nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. In fact, I think you said you haven't even read the reports and aren't familiar with the issue. Maybe I'm overstating it. If I am, correct me. Number three, Madam Secretary, you have a long history that I know you're proud of passionate activism on behalf of employees. So here's my question. Are you or are you not going to use your legal authority and moral authority to open an investigation of the FDIC and help those young women over there and help those young people of color over there?
Senator, I am deeply concerned anytime a working person goes to work and does not get the dignity and respect that they deserve. I am charged with enforcing certain laws based on the powers that Congress has given to the Department of Labor. I appreciate that you are raising an issue involving working people who have experienced clearly horrific sexual harassment and other kinds of abuse. And what it demonstrates is that too often, workers may feel like they have to endure things that no one should have to endure because of a power imbalance in the workplace.
Excuse me for interrupting, and I'm sorry, but I've only had 5 minutes. Are you going to do anything about it? That's all I'm asking. If you're not, just tell me.
I mean, I answered the question about what, you know, there's an agency in the federal government who presumably, if the complaint has been made,
You're not going to do anything about it?
we'll be investigating it.
But you're not going to take any, in light of, I mean, this is gut check time for you, Madam Acting Secretary. You either believe in protecting workers or you don't. I can't believe you would just, we can debate how many lawyers can dance on the head of a pin, but you certainly have legal and moral authority to investigate labor violations.
I mean,
I'm honestly surprised. I thought you would pounce on this like a ninja. I thought you'd say,
like a what?
Like a ninja. Pounce on it like a ninja. I've heard that expression in movies before. I thought you were going to say, Kennedy, I'm on it. This is the most disgusting stuff I've ever heard in my life, in the history of ever. But you're kind of waffling on me, like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me ask you my last question, because I'm going to run out of time. Are you or are you not going to call for Martin Gruenberg, who runs the FDIC and has been there since God was a corporal, and the senior leadership over there to resign?
So, Senator, I do care about working people. That is why I am here with a budget request of $13.9 billion for the Department of Labor to do what we do, to combat wage theft, to stop child labor, to make sure every worker goes home healthy and safe at the end of the day, to expand apprenticeship programs. In fact, we have a Youth Apprenticeship Week that's happening right now for the first time ever, because young people should see themselves in the opportunities that are being built right now. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and we are making sure that we're expanding access for teachers to good jobs. We are hard at work to deliver for the workers of America within the job that the Department of Labor is supposed to do, enforcing mental health parity, making sure that workers who save their whole life for retirement actually have the benefits that they have saved for. Those are all within our budget requests, because those are all within the work of the department.
You're flip-flopping like a banked cat.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Are you not going to answer my question? I mean, are you going to call for him to resign or not?
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.